So, you want to learn how to tattoo. Well, in this video, I'm going to be going over the prime basics to get you started. Basically, get you a kit with a machine, everything you need in the kit just to start out. Tell you where to get some decent fake skins. The ones that come with a lot of these kits are super thin. They're not very good as far as quality goes. And if I can find some pictures, I'll put some in there, clip those in just so you guys can see how bad it is. So basically in this video, I'm just going to be going over how I got started, the equipment that I use or used at the beginning to get my start and to practice and everything to be ready to move over to actual skin. I just know there's not a whole lot of kind of in-depth videos on how to get started, where you should start, what you should do first. So that's kind of going to be my focus for these first few videos on the channel, is just to, get you prepared and point you in the right direction as far as equipment and the process, kind of, I guess I would say. So first things first, I went on Amazon. That's probably the best place for you to get your starter kit, just because it's so readily available. There's so many different things you can get from Amazon, and you're not really going to be tattooing anybody with this equipment. Hopefully, please don't. So this is just going to be for practicing. This is going to be getting you ready, getting you prepared to jump to regular skin, and hopefully doing whatever you want to do with this, whether it's making a living, whether it's doing it as a hobby. But yeah, so I'll pop this up on screen. This is the kit that I got. So it's a Dragonhawk is the company. They often use a lot of masked machines. So this is it. It's just a pen style machine. It's got an RCA jack up top right here. Also came with a power supply. So this is what you use to regulate your voltage and everything. Came with a foot pedal. That's how you kind of turn the power on and off. If you want to, you can do it that way. If not, you can just do it with the machine. It came with some ink caps, some gloves. It came with a pack of, just a basic pack of inks, some wrap, and then an assortment pack of cartridge needles. Now, cartridge needles are what go in these machines. Cartridge needles are very small. They push in and turn, and they lock in. And basically what that is that's your configuration. You can adjust the machine to adjust how far your needle hangs in and out. We'll go over that more in later videos, but this is just kind of the basics. So these pen style machines take cartridge needles. Now cartridge needles and the differences, that's a whole nother video. We'll go over that, kind of what you'll need, but pretty much any assortment pack will give you enough in there for what you're going to be doing, which is when you start out, you want to be practicing on fake skin and fake skin only until you have a firm understanding of like cleanliness and cleaning procedures and everything to keep your area sterile. You do not need to be touching anybody's skin. And I'm not trying to be a hard ass about it, but like bloodborne pathogens and diseases and stuff like that are no joke. Like, so first starting out, just get you a kit, get you some fake skin, get you some gloves. And what I would do is, if you like to draw until your fingers bleed. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Pick some flash, pick like traditional roses, skulls, daggers, birds, anything, just anything that you are interested in, you like to draw, and just draw it over and over and over and over and over again. Don't worry about how bad or good it is, just draw it as many times as you possibly can every single day. And what that will do is that will build up muscle memory, so that when you finally get that drawing down pat where you're just perfect with it, when you do get ready to tattoo it, your hands will remember, your brain will remember, and you're so much less likely to mess it up or even be nervous about it. It just gives you such a better grasp on like having some assurance in yourself and being confident. The fake skins, like I said before, most of the kits come with like these super thin fake skins, and they're not good at all. Obviously, there's companies like Real Skins and A Pound of Flesh and stuff like that, but those are a little bit on the price the pricier side. So I'll link in the description. I'll put a picture up here of the fake skins that I got from Amazon. They're thicker and they're a lot easier to clean and wipe. And I'll show some pictures of that. I don't want to dig it out. All my tattoo equipment is in here. I travel with it, so that's why I keep it in here instead of like a toolbox. But yeah, so I'll show you guys those and get you a link for everything that I'm talking about. That way you can kind of, if you want to get the same thing, you can do that. If not, I read all the comments and everything, so if anybody wants any advice or needs any advice, be more than welcome to answer those in the comment section. Now, after that, like I said, draw, practice on your fake skin, practice your lines. Just do like, you know, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Just do that all across it, and go you can like cross hatch it if that helps. Like, just do your lines, practice doing circles, like S's, just to get your hand used to the motion, because tattooing is not like drawing with a pencil. Like, when you get on actual skin, it's so much different. It's a world of difference. Everything from, you know, the angle you hold it, to the depth that the needle goes into the skin, to how fast you move your hand as opposed to how much voltage you're running. It's just so much to account for. And we're going to get into all that later. Like I said, this is going to be like a weekly thing where I'm just kind of going to go over everything. And as far as, you're going to need stencils. So to make stencils, you can do it one of 3 ways. You can hand draw them, which you're probably going to have to do for a little bit, and it's tedious and you'll never want to do it again after you've done it a good bit. There's a thermal copier, which you can get off Amazon. I used to have one of those. I'll link that. But the main thing I want to tell you guys, and I'm going to save this for the next video, because this is going to be super, super important for you guys that are looking for stencil printers themselves, because there's a bunch of companies out there that sell printers that will print on stencil paper using stencil ink, but they're in center like $500-$600 or $800 up to like $1,000, I think, some of these machines. So I'm going to show you basically a cheat for that, what you can do to get a stencil printer of your own, and for pretty cheap, about $100. So really less than you would pay for a thermal copier, you know, one of the low quality ones from Amazon. But you can have a full printer with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, everything. You can print them straight from your phone. You're gonna have to practice, I mean, for at least a few months before I would say you're ready to jump over to real skin. And then there's so much more stuff you're gonna have to get, you're gonna have to buy before you can realistically and safely jump over to real skin. I don't think I can stress enough how important cleanliness is in something like this. So like I said, we'll go over that, and I'll do a full setup where I'll show you guys like everything I have to do this in the space of my own home, or just in any space you have where you're going to be doing this, how to keep everything clean and sterile. And another thing I want to talk about is the reason I'm doing this is because I know when I started, I scoured YouTube for all these videos, you know, kind of teaching me a direction to go in, or telling me like what's the best stuff to get, what's the best practices to have, how to get into it. And there's, you know, tattooing is finally starting to move into the new age where, you know, it's not as gate kept anymore as it used to be, which I think is a good thing. I think, you know, yeah, it's cool to have tradition. It's cool to believe in, you know, the old school way of doing things, but, you know, as technology progresses, we all have to progress with it. So being able to do this on your own and teach yourself, I think, is an important thing, because there's a lot of people out there, people who, big name artists, who taught themselves and didn't do a traditional apprenticeship. And I think, you know, if you still want to do an apprenticeship, of course, do that by all means. But if you want to teach yourself, it is completely doable. It's not easy, of course, nothing is easy, but like, if you want to do this, if you want this to be your career, your passion, you can do it. And it's not impossible. I mean, I just got into this probably a year ago. I'm 32. So it's not too late. It's not, you know, you're not too old. You're not too, you're not too dried out. You're not too stuck in your ways. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. All right. If you just put your mind to it and actually, you know, have the drive to do it. You know, I couldn't do a regular apprenticeship, number one, because there's just not a lot of amazing shops in my area, to be honest. And that's not a dig at them or anything. It's just like I knew I could get further teaching myself and doing it the way that I am comfortable doing it. And number two is, you know, my wife stays at home with our kids. I go to work every day, so I cannot afford to go work for free in a shop or even pay somebody to work for free in there for them to, you know, mentor me. So this is just the way that I'm choosing to do it. I know there's a lot of other people out there that are doing the same thing. So hopefully this video will help you guys make the best decision for you and what you want to do and what you want to be. But yeah, I think I've gone over everything I want to go over. Just like I said, guys, practice makes perfect with this. Practice is the best thing you can do to start out with. Just draw. When you're done drawing, tattoo on your fake skin, and just do that until you get until you get to a point where it's, you know, it becomes like pointless almost. Like you're doing so good on the fake skin that you think you're ready to jump to real skin. And then when we get to that point, like I said, I'll go over everything you need, all the practices and everything to be as clean and sterile as you should be. And then this is just going to be a weekly series where I'll go over different things, different steps in the process. And yeah, so subscribe, like, share this video, please, with everybody you know. Comment down below. And like I said, I will be more than happy to answer anybody's questions and provide any help I can. And I will link everything in the description that I talked about in this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.